Today we're going to install a medicine cabinet right here, and the front of it's going to have mirrors. So the first step is to figure out how high you want it. So the way I do it is I just had my wife come in here. I picked it up on the wall and I raised it and lowered it until she said it was a good height for her. Sounds good to me. So what you do is set it up. In our case, it's going to be right about there. That gives you a nice height for here. Kind of looks pretty nice there. I draw the line, and that line is not level. Okay, so now that you have the approximate height, you want to make sure you put it centered on the wall. There's a couple of easy indicators to do that. The first is the sink with the faucet. Now, this faucet is most definitely centered between the two walls in the countertop, right? So with 29.5, I can use that measurement from the wall up here and mark the center of this line at 29.5. So we're going to put our level on the line, and I'll go above it so I can see the line under the level. You want to press down really hard, and I'm going to do that. Okay, so now that's the new line. The next step is we want to try and find a stud, because if we can put the screw into the 2x4 or 2x6 wood stud, that is much better for hanging the cabinet than using wall anchors with the plastic inserts that go into only the drywall. For that, we need a stud finder. So as you move along, okay, there it is, right? So what I did is I put the mark right on the center LED light there. Okay, so here it is here, right? So that looks pretty good. So they give you this backer board on here. This is where they want you to mount the holes, right? So we're going to want to make sure that we put the holes right about in the middle of the wood. Okay, so we're going down 2 inches. So these marks want to come down the wall 2 inches before I put the screw in. Okay, so we're going to go 2 inches down, 2 inches down, like that. I'm going to drill the screws in and make sure they hit wood on both of these. First, we're going to turn the cabinet around. First thing, I want to get the center of the cabinet, right? 14 5/16. We said we're going to go 2 inches down. Get some blue tape. Blue tape comes back off the wall without tearing off the. Just take a piece of tape. It's longer than the holes. I'm going to put it there, over that hole, like that. All right, now the tape is nice and flat and it doesn't stretch. I'm going to put that mark like that in there like that. I'm going to mark the center like that. Then I'm going to take it off. All right, so the important thing is line up that center line. So again, just to repeat what I just did, that goes 7 inches. When I turn this cabinet over, it's going to be on this side. Good. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to drill through this. So I'm going to use like an 1/8 inch drill bit and drill a pilot hole through these, okay? Yep. All right. Can take the tape off now. And there's the holes, right? Okay, so I put both screws in just barely. This one I'm going to put almost all the way in, and I'm going to use it to locate that hole from looking in the side. That should work pretty well, right? All right, so that went right in where I need it to. I'll screw this in. So that's in the wood. That's in there solid. Now I want to screw this one in enough that I can locate that hole back here. Now I'm pressing up against the drywall and like pecking at it little by little, and there it is right there. Okay. All right, you don't want to go in too far. And now we're on to the next step. So it's nice and level. It's firmly attached to the wall. Now we're going to put the doors on. So here's another tip you might not know. These hinges are going in kind of delicate, right? Look at the size of this screw. The screw is so small. It has to be because they don't want to screw into the mirror. You'll crack it, right? So you might be tempted to just use your hand screwdriver, which is understandable. However, if you have a power drill, they almost always have the tension on here. So I can turn this, rotate this knob, and put this tension down very, very low. That's set right now on a number 2. Okay, it's so low I can hold it and stop it from turning. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll do the other one. It's nice that everything's pre-drilled. I will give them that. Maybe I'm going to put it on 3. That looks good. I think it's good and tight, good as we need it to be. What we need to do now is slide them into these, and then I believe this is going to hold it in place. I didn't want to bore you with putting the hinges on this one. I just put them on, and we're going to slide them in the same way. Let's give it a try. Alrighty, that's looking nice. Now for the shelves, looks like we have 2 shelves for each side. Perfect, right? I hope you'll like this project. So this is the Everyday Man saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.